When the Astral Federation starship Helion's Wake dropped out of warp near the uncharted planet Viridian 6, none of us expected first contact. The long-range scans had identified faint electromagnetic signatures, but nothing conclusive. Certainly nothing that suggested a civilization advanced enough to rival our own. I was there only as the ship's communications officer, a glorified translator with a knack for xenolinguistics. I wasn't expecting to speak to anyone outside the crew for weeks. But fate has a strange way of pushing the unprepared into the spotlight. Viridian X's surface shimmered with emerald oceans and jagged crystalline mountain ranges that glowed faintly even in daylight. The world felt alive, vibrant, humming with an energy that resonated through the hull of the ship. When we sent down a probe, something or someone shot it down with a beam of purple light so clean and precise it carved the probe in half. That meant intelligence. That meant life. And that meant we were going down there. Captain Mira Thorne assembled a landing team of 4 scientists, 2 security officers, and me. Not because I was brave or combat-ready. Far from it. But because the captain firmly believed that every culture revealed itself through its language first. If we were going to make contact, we'd need someone who spoke more than one way. We descended in a shuttle through atmosphere so crystalline it felt like diving into a prism. Colors refracted across the viewports, scattering into iridescent patterns. When we touched down on a plateau of obsidian-like stone, the ground hummed beneath us, sending faint vibrations up my boots. "Movement east," Sergeant Lorne muttered, gripping his plasma rifle. Figures were emerging. Slender, tall, glowing faintly with bioluminescent patterns along their skin. They moved with elegance, like the wind rippling through tall grass. Their eyes were large, luminous, and impossibly expressive. At the front of the group, one figure stepped forward. A woman, at least she appeared female by human standards. Her skin shimmered with a gradient of purples and blues, and her hair, if it could be called that, flowed like living silver. She was radiant in a way no human could ever mimic. Otherworldly. She looked directly at me. For a moment, the world around us dimmed, as if everything else was waiting for her command. She spoke first. Musical tones, harmonic layers of sound, something between a song and a language. My translator struggled, whirring softly as it attempted to match patterns. Captain Thorne gestured to me. "Say something." My mouth went dry. My heart hammered. This was first contact, real first contact. My brain scrambled for something profound, diplomatic, respectable. Instead, I blurted out the first thing that came to mind. "You're beautiful." The team stiffened. Captain Thorne shot me a look of sheer horror. Even Sergeant Lorne's trigger finger twitched. But the alien woman didn't recoil or show offense. Instead, she blinked, slowly, deliberately. Then she stepped closer, studying me with a gaze that felt as if it peeled away my layers, reading every thought. The translator pinged as it decoded her reply. "Beauty is a burden on my world," she said. Everyone froze. She continued, voice harmonious and calm, yet carrying a gravity that seemed to reshape the air. "Those who hold beauty are chosen. Those who are chosen are sacrificed." My stomach tightened. Captain Thorne cleared her throat. We don't understand." "Sacrificed for what purpose?" The woman raised a hand, and a holographic swirl of purple light formed. Images of towering crystal structures, glowing entities ascending skyward, and crowds of her people bowing in reverence. "Our ancestors believed beauty was a gift from the astral unity," she said. "The beautiful were thought to be vessels for divine energy. When chosen, they were offered to the unity so that our world would continue to prosper." "That's barbaric," Lorne muttered under his breath. But she wasn't finished. "But I ran," she said. I hid in the caverns of the singing mountains. I refused to become a sacrifice. Her eyes fixed on me once more. You are the first to speak of my beauty without demanding my life for it. My chest tightened, not from fear, but from the sorrow woven into her words. Captain Thorne stepped forward. We do not harm those who are different. We seek knowledge, peace, understanding. The alien woman tilted her head as if considering the concept. Your words hold truth. The vibrations of your hearts do not sing of deceit. Then she turned to her own people, 3 of whom were adorned with elaborate crystalline markings that suggested authority. A disagreement erupted among them, voices rising in layered harmonics that our translators struggled to follow. But every few words the devices caught fragments. Outsider influence. Our traditions. The chosen must be delivered. At last, the alien woman raised both hands. The entire plateau quieted. If sacrifice is the cost for prosperity, then prosperity is a cage, she declared. Her people murmured in shock. She turned back to us. Take me with you. Captain Thorne blinked. You want asylum. I want freedom, she replied. I want to walk a world where beauty is not death. This time it was my turn to blink. Why us? She stepped closer until she stood only inches from me. Because you looked at me and saw a person, not a prophecy. The plateau erupted into uproar. Several armed Viridian guards aimed glowing staffs at us. In response, Lorne raised his rifle, and the other security officer followed suit. We've got incoming, Lorne barked. Captain Thorne gritted her teeth. Stand down. Nobody fires unless I say so. But the alien woman lifted her hand, and an energy wave pulsed outward. The approaching guards froze, bound by shimmering tendrils of light. Her voice sang with power. No more sacrifices. It was rebellion, one sparked not by us but by her own courage. The Viridian authorities hesitated, uncertain whether to advance against someone they once revered. Captain Thorne seized the moment. We're leaving. Now. We retreated toward the shuttle as the alien woman walked beside me, calm despite the turmoil she had ignited. The shuttle doors sealed behind us, and as we lifted off, I saw her people standing in stunned silence, watching their former chosen one ascend into the sky, not as an offering but as a free being. Back aboard the Helian's wake, after decontamination and hours of debrief, she approached me once more. On your world, she asked softly, what becomes of those considered beautiful? I smiled, this time choosing my words with care. Nothing, I told her. They live their lives like anyone else. Beauty isn't destiny. It's just part of who you are. She considered this for a long moment. Then she smiled, an expression so radiant it seemed to light the room. Then perhaps, she said, this is truly the world where I belong. And for the first time since touching down on Viridian 6, I realized that a single, impulsive compliment had reshaped an entire culture, and changed the fate of one extraordinary woman forever.